It's Austin Millz here live with a Rave to Mars.
What made you want to learn how to play the sax?
I would say growing up, I was always intrigued by musical instruments, and saxophone was something that I always thought it would be difficult to learn, but I just loved the sound of it itself. So once, like in middle school, I started playing the saxophone. It was something that I wanted to do. It was always either the drums or the saxophone, but once I started the saxophone, I couldn't stop, and I love the sounds. I love like the arpeggios and just the harmonies that you can make with the saxophone. So once I started, I couldn't stop. So in middle school, I played saxophone throughout my school career.
So how do you combine the soulful and cultural sounds of the sax, and even being from Harlem, which is very soulful?
Absolutely, I think I like to transcend and put that soulful sound into modern day music. And if you can hear some of my beats that are out there now, some form of element has a vintage but still present day sound to it. And just like my Wale track that I had, it's a horn in it, and you can just hear different aspects of the old vintage, like Harlem Renaissance. And I always just like to be like a hybrid of all those sounds and put that all together. So just growing up in Harlem, I was always influenced by like Langston Hughes and all the Ella Fitzgerald, all the old Harlem Renaissance cultural figures, and I just put that and meshed that all with my sounds.
So as a DJ, how do you feel your interaction with the crowd is different from a performer's interaction with the crowd? From seeing you, basically shout out to Obnoxious New York, but you get very hype, and in there, I just feel like you're kind of a force, you are seen, as opposed to a lot of other DJs who can kind of just fall into the background a lot.
Yeah, I mean, as a DJ growing up, there's so many different DJs and they have different styles, but for me, essentially I'm a producer, I'm an artist and a performer, so I get into a performer role as a DJ. I just don't want to spin turntables, I just don't want to scratch. I want to engage the crowd, so when I perform, I take the crowd into my first song to the end song. It's an experience.
How did you get into contact with Wale for the record, The Right One, off of 4 Line mixtape?
Yeah, it's a cool, it's nothing really crazy, it's just it's the power of the internet, really, the power of Twitter. That year I was always sending beats out to different A&Rs, different managers, and I just caught wind of him. I think he tweeted send beats here, and I kept on sending beats, trial and error, and then I eventually got a hold of his A&R, which is his cousin, shout out to Vic. He got my beat, he sent it to me yo, we really digging this, can you send it back, is anybody using it? I'm like, nah, you can use it, but that actually wasn't even the beat that I was using for long. So I kept on sending more beats, and then 3-4 months later, he hit me up yo, Wale's gonna use this, send the tracks to the engineer, and that's how it happened. So the luck of Twitter, the luck of the internet, you just gotta be hungry out there, man.
So your video Got Work was said to capture the live experience of your show by thisgoesin.com.
I definitely want to do something unique. That footage itself, I had my videographers come to me when I did my show in St. John's. So they just wanted to do a recap video, but then I seen the first cut. I'm like, nah, this has to be a real video. We have to capture all the elements of that. And I haven't seen, besides the Paris video of Jay and Kanye, because the people that actually edited my video, they're the same person that color corrected their Jay and Kanye video. So I'm like, yo, y'all got it, so why don't y'all just use the same tools for me and just create that same type of element and that same type of feel.
Can you tell us what you feel your style is as a producer in general, or do you feel that you're not limited?
I'm definitely not limited. That's one of the things I strive myself on, is not being in a box. People say now, oh, first I was just a New York soulful producer, or now I'm a trap EDM producer, all that stuff, they put me in boxes, but I never want to be in one box. I kind of like how Scott Storch put himself. He's not in one box. He made Lean Back, then he made Beyonce, Me, Myself, and I. So I like to just have different styles and always keep people guessing, so nobody could really say what I am.
So No Loitering is a 39-minute long mix, and it's very versatile. It has basically any sound that you could think of in it.
Yeah.
And I could imagine it being played in any club, no matter what race, basically, and everybody would be turned. So, can you explain to us the mixing process? I feel like it kind of exemplifies what you just said, being versatile and not being limited, because that itself stretched out to everything.
Yeah, shout out to Brow House Brooklyn. They hit me up because they're doing the mix series, No Loitering. They hit me up, and I was glad to be a part of it. But yeah, just that whole mix series is great because you can play that at Starbucks, you play that anywhere, and just that whole, it's 40 minutes of eclectic, different type of sounds I don't think you'd hear anywhere, so anybody can listen to that.
So where can people find your music?
You can definitely find my music, soundcloud.com/Austin Millz. Follow me on Twitter, Austin Millz. Facebook, it's Austin Millz. Yeah, it's out there digitally everywhere, so just Google it and find it.
Swear to God I'm faded. My bitch educated, and the clients pay the payment. She don't need a job, no thing. My bitch